in Japan. So basically, this woman gave up her child after learning the sperm donor lied about his ethnicity and education.
Yeah.
And so in Japan, so basically what happened was this woman, she wanted to get preggo and she was like, she couldn't. So instead of, going through the channels and trying to get sperm donor, they just find a guy on the internet that bones them a bunch.
I know, that was the craziest thing. I was reading this and I go like, oh, that's how you do sperm, because they don't do it. They're not a big
The woman
country.
had sex with the sperm donor 10 times to get pregnant. So pretty sick move for the sperm donor.
Yeah, I was like, I should move to fucking Japan.
Well, because there's a couple of takeaways. And the first takeaway is that you really, I'll tell you more about what happened. But basically, after it happened, the woman, Tokyo resident in her 30s, shares a child with her husband and was seeking to have a second child. But after learning the partner had a hereditary disease, the woman decided to find a sperm donor on social media. The donor she chose claimed he was a Japanese and a graduate of the prestigious Kyoto University.
Fuck yeah.
And he had sex with her 10 times to get pregnant. Japanese newspaper shows up. But then it turns out he was Chinese and went to a different university. And the fact that he was Chinese for her, she goes, baby can't be Chinese.
Yeah. Oh, the one thing I was surprised with that, because they all like hate each other.
They need a paint swatch for their racism, because it's it's like Irish to Scottish racism.
Yeah, but like a Chinese person, like a Japanese, that's the one thing where I go like, Japanese people can tell the difference between it's almost like the stereotype
sometimes
where they're like they speak a different language.
Well, this guy probably grew up in Japan, obviously.
Oh, he's just ethnically. I thought he was like from China.
Well, I would like to think that he didn't have a strong Chinese accent. I mean, what would you be here, meet with a guy, and he goes, oh, yeah, I'm Russian, mate. You'd have to be a moron. Yeah. Obviously, they had the same dialect.
I assumed he had like come from China and just like maybe spoke some Japanese, or I don't know. I guess if he was born in Japan.
Probably even a huger move. If he had faked the accent and everything.
Straight ethnically Chinese. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, and that's how racist they are. That's like the equivalent of, a Greek person wanting another Greek person, then finds out the person's Macedonian, and you go, baby's in the garbage.
I don't like Vice promoting stereotypes like this, though.
Well, they put the baby up for adoption. Like, that's how much she's like, I can't even. I mean, there's so many funny parts of this, because the idea of being a sperm donor and that you're going on the internet instead of finding a prosty, this guy's hacked the code where you go for girls.
You get paid.
You get paid to just come bone.
This is Gary Vee shit right here.
To come bone. It really is
real Gary Vee shit.
Y'all fucking, I'm working.
Yeah, Gary Vee's like, dude, you fucking throw your cum in the garbage? I'm getting paid for mine.
Yeah. Every time you drop a load.
It's literally, you might as well be flushing money down the toilet.
Yeah, which Danny does not recommend. Do not get started.
Do not get me started.
Not that you would ever flush money down the toilet.
No.
But so I'm loving the idea that this guy found a hack. But then on top of that, he's put on this whole act. Like, he's probably talking to 5 girls where the girl goes, looking for a Japanese guy with a good school. He's like, yeah, I'm Japanese and went to, I don't know, goodschool.com.
Kyoto University.
Yeah, what would be your favorite school? Crazy, I went to that one. You want to start? All right. By the way, I like to get them fluffed up a little bit if you want to open the mouth. Do you think
I wonder how she figured it out.
Probably straight down to business, too. I can't imagine. Well, maybe they did a DNA test on the child, right?
I could be wrong, but I don't know if
they did Ancestry.com.
Yeah, I guess there's some marker that says you're Japanese versus Chinese, I guess.
Isn't that wild? So this guy, he basically, when he was coming, he goes, I'm Chinese.
Only the 10th time, though.
On the 10th time,
gave it away.
After getting pregnant, the woman discovered the donor was Chinese. And then she said by the time she knew of his identity, it was too late for her to abort. She's given up the child for adoption now. The woman filed a lawsuit against the donor for 330 million yen, which is like 3 mil, for emotional distress.
Does he get, I wonder...
It was not going to work out for the guy now if he's got to do all this
stuff. Does he get
but
paid? Like when you set up that scenario, or you're like, look, like it's a flat rate until you get pregnant.
Or does he get paid
however many fucks needed? Or is it you get paid per, and he goes, look, it's like, I'm giving you the goods. If you can't turn that into a kid, that's on you.
I would like to think that the guys would do it for free. I mean, I can't imagine unless this girl is absolutely fucking busted.
No.
Unless she's just a beast. If you put online, hey, if you want to come bone me, the only thing is I get to keep the sperm.
It's a good deal.
I can't imagine it'd be too hard to find a dude Go on one gaming forum. She doesn't want the gaming
Well,
forum.
I guess
She
in
wants
Japan
a
it's a
Harvard.
problem because so many people there like don't like having sex because it's icky.
You think that's a problem over there?
Yeah, it is.
What do you mean they don't want to have sex because it's icky?
They're like this whole thing in Japan, like culturally, where they're like their birth rate is they have like the highest.
Did you have sex with a Japanese girl and that's what she told you? No. We just it's cultural.
Yeah, it's cultural. It's gross.
It's
We're not
icky
gonna-
for us. It's cultural.
No. It's it's guys and women. It's like a real known thing where their birth rate's like really low, and they have
because it's icky.
no, they find it like gross, and so it's like a real problem because they're not
Really?
they're
I
not
can't
replacing
imagine
their
this.
population, and then they also have like a really old population.
This
too.
is stupid. That's not the reason that they're.
I'm telling you,
They're like they're the hub for sex robots and all that sort of
yeah,
stuff.
you
they can't even wait.
Yeah, exactly. Sex robots because having sex with a real person's gross.
Okay, so real person's gross, but the robot they can't even wait for it to get off the presses. I told you they're burning their dicks to get
I'm
they're
telling
getting
you,
those
man.
sex robots so
it's
fast.
you can look it up.
No, dude, and people, it's almost more normal there to go to the brothels and stuff like that. I've heard.
I mean,
It's
maybe,
like part of it's almost like a business
Maybe
thing. It's
it
like,
is,
oh,
but
you want
there's
to pop
a-
by the brothel, get a fucking quick tugger?
Yeah, there's a whole like kind of generation of people there who are just like they're just video game and they don't have sex.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, you'll see it in the comments, man.
Well, okay, you're saying that there's a bunch of people that
It's
that
like
play
in
video games and don't have
Japan-
sex. They might not want to do the whole thing, but they don't think it's icky.
Yes, it's like they're
Those people are gay.
No.
So you have a guy, he's getting blown by a hot chick, and he goes, yeah.
hot chick. He doesn't even want to talk to a woman.
Well, that's not the same thing. You're conflating.
They're
him-
like incels, but like not in like a dangerous American.
Well, they're
way.
lying then. If they might say like, actually, I didn't even fucking. If anything, I don't even want to. I think it's
Dude.
gross. Easy to say that when you're not having pussy thrown at you.
No, I'm telling you, and women too. It's not even just a guy thing. It's a female thing. They have a real like it's a cultural.
I've
I don't
heard
know
that.
if
I've
it's-
heard that they're not.
I don't know if
procreating
I don't
or
know if it's
whatever, but
because the
we have that a little bit here too, and it's not because guys think the sex
No,
is
but not to
icky.
the degree. Like I was saying on the fucking Kurtz podcast or whatever, like they're saying that like the population of Japan in 80 years is going to be the same as it is today.
Yeah, I heard that.
Which is not good.
That's not because they think it's icky.
Some of them do.
Oh my God. Yeah, a small percentage. And so anyway, she's basically saying that the distrust of her image, because what happened was, when she went public, but this is sort of her problem because she sued. If she didn't sue, this wouldn't be a public issue because the adoption places are all probably discreet. So this went public and now everyone's commenting her, calling her the worst person ever or whatever for putting the baby up for adoption. And she's sort of saying that's this guy's fault, but
That's fair.
well, she's trying to get $3 million out of it, right?
Yeah, I wonder how much she paid him.
That is the long con for her to be a prostitute, though, right? Because she's, if you
You have to
actually,
go to court.
well, she's thinking about the whole time. This guy's like, she doesn't even know I'm getting, she's paying me for this sex, and he's like, this guy doesn't even know this sex is going to be costing $3 million. The biggest long con in the history.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting culturally that like. Because here, nobody would ever go public with something like that. You might privately put the kid up for adoption.
No,
if
but
it's
once you
like-
start suing and all that stuff, it becomes a public matter.
I guess, yeah. But I wonder if, I don't know if you can do that here. I guess you can. It would be like fraud.
So how much do you think the average man's boned in Japan? Like your average, 30-year-old dude. What do you think average partners?
Average partners,
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. So then every time it was icky for them?
Yeah. Well, no, the ones who are icky are 0. They're fucking with the.
Danny
averages.
might be half Japanese.
They're fucking with the averages.
Danny's turning Japanese. He really thinks. Imagine that you're having sex with because they think it's icky.
Yeah.
If you're having sex with a big girl, you go, I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
She's like, did you just throw up in your mouth? I think I'm maybe Japanese.
I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. Why? What happened? That girl that I boned. Whenever you take home, just a fucking. You take home a heifer, just weird face, not looking good. I think I'm turning Japanese. So
Yeah.
that's definitely a funny song to put on.
I don't know that song.
What?
I don't know that song.
Interesting.
What song is that?
What was the Weezer one? Weezer has a Japanese one too.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember it, but
God damn those half Japanese girls
Yeah.
make me puke every time. Oh, don't go, it's so icky. And I'm puking, yeah. So that's another one.
yep.
Puking during sex.